Chapter 1. Let's go! Road trip! Dad cried. I rolled over and looked at the clock. My alarm clock read 5:30 a.m. That's early for an 8-year-old. My dog, Debao, was still sleeping. I lifted his ear and said, "Road trip." Debao jumped to his feet and licked my face. We love road trips. We were going on a road trip through Northern California. My parents gave me the family tablet to keep track of our trip. It had a map of our stops. I couldn't wait to get started. Chapter 2. Surf's Up. We all piled into the car. Our first stop was Santa Cruz. We were going surfing there. As we got close to the beach, I rolled down the window to smell the salty sea air. I love that smell. I have been surfing since I was 4. Debao is a surf dog. He rides on the end of Mom's board. We surfed for 3 hours. After surfing, we were all very hungry. We had lunch. I ate 6 fish tacos. We surfed some more in the afternoon. The first day of our trip was just great. Chapter 3. Finding Wildlife. Our next stop was Big Basin Redwoods. We camped and hiked there. The sequoia trees were so tall. We all went on a 4-hour hike. Debao and I had fun exploring the forest. The park ranger gave us a checklist. The checklist helped us find many different plants and animals. That night we had a big fire. We cooked a bunch of hot dogs. Before we went to sleep, Dad made sure that the fire was completely out. I felt so safe camping in a forest of giant trees. I loved camping. Chapter 4. Rainy Day. The next day, we arrived in San Francisco. When we got there, the city was covered in fog. It was very stormy. So we stayed in the hotel. We played board games and watched movies. Dad and Debao took naps. We had a tasty dinner in Chinatown. Chapter 5. High in the Sky. Next, we visited the Golden Gate Bridge. We rode our bikes across it. It was very high and a little bit scary. When I looked down, I saw fins in the water. I was sure they were sharks. Mom said they were dolphins. I felt better after hearing that. After the bridge, we rode on a twisty road. I was dizzy from all the turns. That night, we went to a baseball game. My dad yelled and cheered a lot. It was a great day in a great city. Chapter 6. A Day at the Museum. For our last day in San Francisco, we visited some museums. There was an aquarium in one museum. How cool is that? The Children's Creativity Museum was my all-time favorite. I learned so much about music, theater, and animation. I hope I can come back one day. Chapter 7. Heading Home. Then it was the last day of our road trip. The trip had ended too soon. It was time to go home. But I had enjoyed seeing so many cool places with my family. Debao and I took turns sleeping in the car. Having fun was tiring. I had so much fun in every place we visited, and I learned a lot too. I can't wait for our next family road trip.